Chomp.
We've got another Saurozoic Warriors review from Boss Fight Studios. This time the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Range Brakhion. He is pretty cool looking. He's not as cool as the blue and magenta, I don't think. But this skeletal paint job on him is fantastic. I don't think this glows in the dark. That would have been cool if it did. But this is exactly the same figure as the regular Range Brakhion. His price point was a little bit higher. The regular Saurozoic Warriors are $30. This one was priced at $35. The packaging is somewhat different. It has a green color tone to it instead of the blue. We have Range Brakhion right here, blasting away with his machine gun. And a new bio on the back for this specific version. Range Brakhion has found his prey. The traitor Triax Skyver has foolishly headed into the Nightlands. At the mercy of the fierce animals that call it home, Triax will die there. Every Saurian who has tried to cross it has died in the attempt, or so Range thought. A shaman of the tribe that lives on the border explained that the creatures fear the dead and would avoid the bodies of those who had passed on. Tribal members wearing body paint that gave them the appearance of death have made short journeys there and returned to tell the tale. Eager to chase Triax down and recover the stolen technology, Range had the shaman paint him appropriately. Range steps into the Nightlands with a shiver. Will he be one of the lucky ones to survive the experience? So let's go ahead and pop him open. Alright, and here we have the Nightlands Range Brakhion. As mentioned, he's the same exact figure as the normal Brakhion, except he has this skeletal paint job all over his face. It looks wonderful. There are no other washes or colors on this. He is a gloss black with just the skeletal paint all over his body. It looks great all the way down to his fingertips. I love that. This is fantastic. Fantastic paint scheme and concept on this figure. He's got that little military green and some blue, and that's it. Nothing on the back, but the same articulation and everything else. The head moves at the neck and at the chest. His mouth opens ever so slightly. There's no paint in the mouth on this version. Of course, he's got the same articulation as Range Brakhion. Swivels and hinges and all kinds of good stuff. Giant range of motion at the torso. Giant range of motion at the legs and thighs. The knees and the ankles. He is pretty good. This time around he has the same accessories, just this time they are in this black plastic with very minimal paint details. I like that the tip of the axe has the gray paint on it, and the skull is still painted. He's got his machine gun. It is all black this time, and the only thing painted are the tips of the ammo rounds. Then he's got his knife with the spiked guard on the front, and it's gray painted on the blade of the knife. And I think these accessories are fine. They look good. The knife will fit in the scabbard very well. He has his holster on the back for his axe. It should pop right in, like so. It holds in there really snug. And of course you could have him wield his machine gun if you wanted. He does not hold his machine gun very well. That's the only downside to this figure in the regular Range Brakhion, is the machine gun is just not sculpted appropriately for his hands, or vice versa. But he can hold it, it just doesn't look right. He can one-hand wield his giant axe, which is great considering the size of the axe. He's well balanced, and his knife fits in his hand perfectly. So he's ready to hunt down Triax and kill him for his technology. Bring Triax in here. Triax looks pretty good. This is definitely a big contrast with the neon and green colors as opposed to this black. He's going to really be set apart from the rest of the figures in this line. Just to see how different he is, here's the normal Range Brakhion. This is a huge paint difference. It's so much so that it's a completely different character in my mind. It becomes a new figure and a new character. And that's what these kind of toy lines are all about. It's funny how a simple color scheme change can make a figure completely different in so many different ways. This skeletal paint job looks amazing. This is more than just a color swap. This is a complete change in concept. You turned the Skeletor figure into Scareglow. That's how different this is. You made a boneheaded character a completely different character by making him a different color. This would have been even cooler had they inverted it and did a Scareglow type character with him in glow-in-the-dark plastic with the black outlines where the skull and bones are. That would have been awesome. And maybe they'll do that. Hey, boss fight, do a glow-in-the-dark version. It doesn't have to be Brakhion, but some other character with the same style and theme. What you see here is what you're going to see in the Range Brakhion review. He just looks that much more menacing and that much cooler. If you're not all about the neon colors and that 90s style that the other figures have, and you're all about this type of gothic style looking character, definitely pick this guy up. You're not going to be disappointed. I think despite the $5 increase in price, I think he's a really good figure. I think $35 is a very reasonable price for an in-house brand that is not at retail, that you have to buy exclusively online. Yeah, definitely give these figures a chance. If you're just going to pick up one to see how you feel about it, I suggest Range Brakhion right now. Of course, I got one more figure to review, and we're going to take a look at him next. This has been an unboxing and review of Boss Fight Studios, Nightlands Range Brakhion, and I am UR Supreme Toys. Thank you so much for watching.